Hello there, folks. How the heck's it going? My name is Amiibo Jason, and welcome to the Nintendo Wiretap Live. I think this might be the very first Nintendo Wiretap I've done live ever, at least by myself. So bear with me. It's kind of a new format. I'm going to do my best to get to your questions, to go through all of the news, and kind of discuss everything that's going on regarding Super Smash Bros. So without further ado, let's take a look at the news. And I should point out, today in fact is the day before Halloween. Some people call this Mischief Day, so I think we should cause just a little bit of mischief tonight if we can. So it's been a huge news for a day for Nintendo news. I really want to cover as much as I can. First, before we get into Smash, I want to talk a bit about Amiibo. So if you saw the title card today, you saw that we do have a little bit of Amiibo news to cover. In fact, two stories in particular. Now, the first one is we do have confirmation that we have Sonic and Cloud both getting re-released very soon. And the way we know this is if you're a big Amiibo fan, kind of like I am, CPSIA is kind of a website that Nintendo uses for all of their safety certificates. They updated 2 new Amiibo. So the big ones we have right now are Sonic and Cloud. Now, both of these, if you take a look on the screen right now under date of manufacture, we see September 2018. Now, both Sonic and Cloud both got these dates, so that's exciting, knowing that both of these Amiibo are going to get re-released in the States very soon. How soon? I have no clue. I'm hoping in time for Super Smash Bros. I would imagine that's the case, but we are seeing stores like GameStop, Best Buy slowly start putting these out pretty darn quick. So keep that in mind. But again, all of the other ones that we've seen so far, I'm going to go ahead and kind of go down the list. Wii Fit Trainers getting re-released, Sheik, Captain Falcon, Marth, Jigglypuff, Charizard, Lucario, Zelda, and the original Princess Peach. Those are all of the ones that we know about so far. Pac-Man is in stores right now. The Retro 3-pack is back at Best Buy. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff going on in the world of Amiibo. But at least now we know that these 2 Amiibo are getting re-released. Now, the next Amiibo story, before we get into anything else, is kind of a big deal too. And this is something we covered last night on the Wiretap. So if you're kind of new to this, if new to the Wiretap, you might have missed this story. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this one up next. And that is a Diablo Amiibo. In fact, it's not just one. We have a potential of 3 brand new Diablo Amiibo coming very soon. So here's what we found out yesterday, and then here's what we found out today. A data miner on Reddit went through the game's code, Diablo 3 for the Switch, and found information for 3 Amiibo in the code that we've never seen before. Now, those 3 Amiibo, one of them you can see on the screen right now is a treasure goblin. If you've never played the game, a treasure goblin is a little creature that runs around in Diablo. If you strike it, it drops gold, and if you kill it, you get a bunch of treasure. So keep that in mind. So it's that, a generic character, which we have no idea what that looks like, and then finally a demon Amiibo. And again, we don't know what that looks like either. Now, up until today, we had no idea what these Amiibo would look like. But thanks to Destructoid, they actually found a screenshot of one of these Amiibo in the game Diablo 3 for Nintendo Switch, which comes out this Friday, and you can see it on screen. So this is called, again, a treasure goblin. It's a bright red goblin holding a big sack of gold on its back. There's some swords back there too, and it's really kind of interesting seeing that this is a brand new Amiibo that we've never seen, it's never been announced, and it's just right here on our screens. It's really blurry, so keep that in mind, but it looks like it actually says Diablo on the Amiibo base, so keep that in mind. And one other thing to keep in mind on this Amiibo is that even though it has not been announced yet, we do have a little information about this. We reached out to Blizzard earlier today, and I do have an official statement regarding this Amiibo, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Blizzard said, Amiibo functionality is live in the game, but requires an item called the Amiibo portal to trigger the reader. That item is found in your stash in town, just beneath the Legend of Zelda Ganondorf in the bag portion of your stash. Any existing Amiibo can be used once per day outside of the town to summon a champion pack. Now, all of this we knew, but the last part of this statement Outside of that, we don't have anything to announce at this time, but we will have more we will have more information regarding Amiibo at a later date. So the good news is BlizzCon is actually coming up very, very soon. So BlizzCon is coming up this week. I'm fully expecting 3 brand new Amiibo to get announced at BlizzCon, including this Treasure Goblin Amiibo. So if you're an Amiibo fan, if you're a Diablo fan, this should be really exciting news for you. Now, personally, anything Amiibo, I can't wait. I'm a major, major fan of. So having 3 new Amiibo in my collection, I'm totally good with. I am not like the absolute biggest Diablo fan, but still, I think this Amiibo looks pretty darn cool. So if it does end up coming out very soon, you can definitely kind of know that I'm going to pick this one up. But there you go. That is the Diablo news that we have today as well. Now, the other thing we want to cover is that there was a new trailer showing off Lavender Town in Pokemon Let's Go, and our very own Tom Brown, aka RotoBit on Twitter, put together a nice little comparison that you can see right here on screen, showcasing the new footage right next to the Game Boy footage of this game. Now, this is coming out very soon. Again, this is coming out in mid-November, November 16th, but this is the first time we've seen Lavender Town shown off in the game, and it looks really, really creepy. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this. If you want to see the entire trailer, we have it over at NintendoWire.com. We have a couple mods in chat as well, so you can take a look there. They'll kind of post a link directly to this video, but if you're a fan of Lavender Town, if you're a fan of creepy things, this is ready to go. So again, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this one. Just want to kind of let you know that this exists and it's ready to go. Now, finally, the last thing I want to touch base on tonight is, of course, the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct that's coming on Thursday. Now, this came out of just complete nowhere. I had no idea this was coming so soon, but this is a 40-minute Direct covering nothing but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Again, it's happening this Thursday at 7 a.m. PT. That's 9 a.m. CST. I believe that's 10 a.m. Eastern time if you're, on the East Coast. But 40 entire minutes of nothing but Super Smash Bros. Now, there's a couple things that I'm kind of thinking maybe kind of forced this to happen. Obviously, the Grinch leaks are one major thing that might have forced Nintendo to have a Nintendo Direct this early, or this could have been completely planned from the very, very beginning. I really have no idea. But personally, I think Nintendo kind of felt obligated to put something out pretty quick because the leakers were going crazy, the speculation was going nuts, the Super Smash Bros. Community was kind of imploding in a certain way. But kind of keep that in mind when you're taking a look at why this Direct is happening so darn quick. One other thing to keep in mind, too, is right after the Direct, there's a Treehouse Live event, very much like what we had at E3, that's going to be covering Super Smash Bros., it's going to be covering Yoshi's Crafted World, and Pokemon Let's Go. So all of that is going to be covered on Thursday morning. Now, typically, I would say let's speculate about what we might see. I'm really, really hesitant to talk about the Grinch leaks. I'm really kind of curious in chat here if you have any idea, number one, what the Grinch leaks are, because it seems like some of you are kind of like, what are you talking about? What's the Grinch leaks? And if you want me to cover it, I will. But keep in mind, I personally believe the Grinch leaks are credible. I believe that the Grinch leaks are going to be announced. And that, again, that's just my opinion. There's contracting sides on both of this. I mean, there's people on our team on Nintendo Wire that believe this is completely false. There are people on this team that believe that it's true, like I do, but I don't want to do anything that's going to upset the audience. If you don't want to hear about the Grinch leaks, feel free and let me know. But I'm going to at least let you know what the Grinch leaks are, because a lot of you are asking, what are you talking about? What is the Grinch leaks? And we can kind of go from there. So the Grinch leaks in a nutshell, and I'm going to do my best to explain this in a way that doesn't go into what characters were revealed. But again, depending on what you guys want to see, I might be able to change my tune on that. A few days back, an image pretty much surfaced on 4chan showing what appeared to be a Super Smash Bros. Banner. And on this banner, we see 7 brand new characters that were never announced at any point. Again, I'm not going to tell you what those characters are because I don't want to upset anybody out there if you don't want to know about these. But I will say that there are 7 high-profile Smash characters, 7 characters that people definitely wanted in Super Smash Bros. Now, when it comes to leaks and when it comes to blurry images, typically I would be the first person to tell you, don't believe it. Blurry images are not something that I generally kind of stake any of my reputation on. There's been so many fake leaks out there. We had the artsy leaks all the way back on the Rayman thing that happened. There has been fake leaks since Super Smash Bros. Has been a thing. So keep that in mind. That being said, just because we had this image, that's not the only kind of evidence that I'm going off of here. On the same table, there was also a receipt with a name on it. That name belonged to somebody working at a French printing company that was confirmed to be working with Bandai Namco, at least at some point in the past. So that was making people think, yes, this could be a legit leak. And the reason it's called the Grinch leaks is because the character the Grinch was actually shown on some concept art in the same image as the Super Smash Bros. Stuff. And the images appeared to be from the upcoming Grinch movie from Illumination, and it appeared to show renders of the Grinch that we've never seen before. So the reason why the Grinch was kind of put up on this pedestal was people believed that if these Grinch renders were real, and this person has access to renders for this upcoming movie, chances are they're working for a high-profile company that is printing things for major studios. So if they're working on The Grinch, there's a very, very good chance they could also be working with Nintendo or Bandai Namco to print off this material for Nintendo. So that's a lot of the reasons why that that a lot of people in the community believe that this is a real leak. Now, there are people that have dissected these images, that have gone through like just more trouble than I would go through to kind of either debunk this rumor or to say that it's completely real. But I mean, honestly, there's no consensus on either side if these leaks are legit or not. And honestly, it's hard for me to say. I work with Nintendo day in and day out. Nintendo Wire is such a huge part of my life. I've seen so many leaks. We get tips from people all the time saying, hey, have you seen this? This is a huge scoop. This is a leak. This was in our system. We have to comb through this stuff on a daily basis. So it's myself. We have Jennifer Birch in chat, Happily Candied, Ricky Berg, Tom Brown. I mean, there's so many people on our team that go through this stuff every single day. So that being said, even with all of that, I still think that this rumor, this leak, actually has some validity to it. But chances are we only have until Thursday to determine if this is fake or if this is real. The fighting can stop. Everybody can just get a good night's sleep. And really, we can just enjoy Super Smash Bros. Again, because this leak has really kind of gone at the throat of the Super Smash Bros. Community. And it's really kind of sad if you think about it, because there are so many amazing people in this community, the Nintendo community, the Smash community, and to see people fighting and getting upset about the Grinch of all things, it's just disheartening. So we have only, like 40 hours, 35 hours left to go before we get confirmation about what this is. So stay tuned. It's going to be really, really quick. But again, I really don't want to cover what characters were covered. We do have Jennifer in chat. She's kind of trying to snuff out any kind of leaks that people are kind of putting out there. But I do want to respect our audience. I do want to let you guys know that if you don't want to know who these characters are, even though in this day and age, chances are most of you have already seen them. I mean, I want to give you that option. I don't want to just parade these leaks in front of you. If you do want to see the entire leak, Jennifer, if you could actually put a link to our video that we did on this, we have a spoiler-filled video with all of this information in it. You can take a look at that and you can make up your own mind. But that being said, that's all of the news from today. A huge amount of Nintendo news to cover. We're going to be back tomorrow with our full speculation video. I'm going to be doing a video with Ricky Berg talking about Smash, the Smash Direct, everything that could potentially happen tomorrow. We might even cover the Smash leaks in a little bit more detail. But for tonight, that's going to be it. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and we're going to see if you guys like this format. I might do a live episode every now and then. But until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.